This is VOA News. I'm Marissa Melton. Vladimir Putin must be brought to justice for his war in Ukraine, according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on Thursday in The Hague. Zelenskyy called for the creation of a special tribunal dedicated to judging Russia's invasion of his country. Reuters Lucy Fielder has more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has called for the creation of a separate tribunal to try Vladimir Putin for his war in Ukraine. Speaking in The Hague on Thursday, Zelenskyy said the Russian president must be brought to justice for a, quote, crime of aggression.
The aggressor must fear the full power of justice, only him.
Zelenskyy visited the International Criminal Court in The Hague, which has issued an arrest warrant for Putin for suspected deportation of children from Ukraine. But the ICC does not have jurisdiction over crimes of aggression, defined by the United Nations as an invasion or attack by armed forces on another state's territory or military occupation.
That's Reuters' Lucy Fielder reporting. Russia on Thursday claimed that the United States was behind what it says was a drone attack on the Kremlin that aimed to kill President Vladimir Putin. That accusation came from Putin's spokesperson Dmitry Peskov on Thursday. He said without providing any evidence that Ukraine had carried out the alleged drone strike, acting on orders from Washington. White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby said it's not clear who was behind the drone attack.
We're still trying to gather information about what happened, and we just don't have conclusive evidence one way or the other. I know there's lots of questions, but we just don't have conclusive evidence.
He said the U.S. had nothing to do with it. In Sudan, heavy fighting was reported in and around the capital, Khartoum, early Thursday, despite a ceasefire agreed to by both sides in the conflict. From Washington, this is VOA News. There's another revelation about a GOP mega-donor's financial ties to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani has more.
A lawyer who has represented Thomas and his wife acknowledges Dallas billionaire Harlan Crow paid 2 years of private school tuition for a child Thomas raised. ProPublica first reported the payments after earlier reporting Crow paid for Thomas's luxury vacations and bought property from the Thomas family. The justice did not disclose any of the payments or gifts, and the reports have raised questions about his ethics and more generally about disclosure requirements. Democrats have used the revelations to push for high court justices to have stronger ethics rules. Republicans say the left is merely trying to smear Thomas. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
COVID dropped a spot to the fourth leading cause of death last year in the United States. AP correspondent Shelley Adler has more.
The CDC says overall U.S. deaths fell last year, and COVID-19 went from the third leading cause to the fourth. The top three medical reasons were heart disease, cancer, and injuries such as drug overdoses, car crashes, and shootings. In 2020 and 2021, only heart disease and cancer were ahead of the coronavirus. U.S. deaths usually rise year to year, in part because the nation's population has been growing. So 2022 saw the first drop in deaths since 2009, with a total of about 3.3 million losses. I'm Shelley Adler.
Scores of Serbian students, many of them wearing black and carrying flowers, are paying a silent homage to their slain peers. 8 students were killed a day earlier when a 13-year-old boy used his father's guns in a school shooting rampage that sent shockwaves through the nation and triggered moves to boost gun control. The students filed through the streets around the school in central Belgrade Thursday as they streamed in from all over the city. Thousands of others earlier lined up to lay flowers, light candles, and leave toys to commemorate the children and a school guard who were killed on Wednesday morning. Officials in Rwanda say the search for victims continued Thursday after torrential rains this week caused mudslides and severe flooding in the north, western, and southern provinces, killing at least 130 people and destroying thousands of homes. Government officials surveying affected areas said they expect the death toll to rise as several victims are likely to be found buried in mud and debris. A government spokesman told reporters at least 77 people were injured. The spokesman also said more than 5,000 homes were destroyed. From Washington, I'm Marissa Melton, VOA News.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.